Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Hello, chat. Can you hear me just fine? Okay, let's see. Yeah. There we go. My goodness gracious. Once again, thank you for the people stopping by super early. And I appreciate Raiko Sakata for the raid. Thank you so much. Sorry that I couldn't respond earlier. I was doing a little bit of background work in the middle of the of the intro. Skibidi, yes, to hear you. Okay, fine. And also, Hot Grillo, I saw you shouting out yourself. That was I thought I was gonna be the first one to commit scuff in stream. I wasn't expecting the mod to do it. You know, you beat me to the punch. How dare you? Audio good. Thank you, Cyber Android. Oh, super appreciate it. All right, but I'm not here alone. Guest, can you hear me right now?
Oh, I can hear you. Hey, everybody.
Gasp. I mean, if you can hear that, anybody, just let me know. Voices of the Void are talking right now. Hopefully, you'll be able to sound perfectly even. Let me know if it's too loud.
Test. Yeah, I tend to get loud when I get excited, so everyone tell me to quiet the fuck down if I get too loud.
That's speaking of loud. The other day I was speaking to an incredible amount. I didn't even realize like the input on the microphone was through the roof. That entire VOD is like it's just destroyed.
It's not a good stream unless there's a little audio scuff. It's okay.
Okay. Well, hey, if you can hear us both, then let's go into the main stage, shall we? Oh wait, whoa! This is not it. Okay, there we go. When I said scuff, I wasn't expecting it to be me either. Oh, this is not the place. This is the place. I'm like, there we are.
This is the place.
This is the place. I was bouncing around the studio. Sorry about that, chat.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going? Hey, chat. How's it going tonight? Hey, Sane. How's it going? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Sane, everybody. Give it up for Sane.
Oh, goodness. Oh, the pointing has begun. That is... Oh, wait. All right, do that again. Hold on. Can you scratch my ear?
Boop. Oh. I'll boop you. I give good gob rubs too.
Good.
Whatever that means.
What is a gob rub?
Gob rubs.
What does that implies?
It's whatever you want it to be. But hey, everybody, Graham, haven't seen Gabo since we last at Taka's. That's right. That's how Sane and I met. Actually, was that amazing? That's how I discovered Sane was through Taka's streams and that crazy New Year's Eve stream everybody was on.
That was oh my god, that was quite the stream. I can't believe I stayed all the way up to like I celebrated the New Year's twice that night because I was in the stream waiting for their time, and when in my time it was already the time. You know. Goodness gracious. But yeah, no, I appreciate you so much being here. It means the whole world to me.
Thanks for having me.
Chad,
it means a lot to me too. Thank you.
Aw. I have to get used to the somebody told me not long ago that you have to speak on Discord as if everything was just delayed. And I was like, you know what? Now that makes sense why everything that I do is always scuff.
Yeah, you gotta like really wait your turn over Discord, otherwise everybody's just talking over each other. That's my bad too. Everyone tell me to shut up if I yap too much.
No, absolutely not. I will not allow the unyapping to happen. And hello, Wobble Gobble on the YouTube side, and also Jose, welcome in. Is that Beast Boy as a goblin? Seriously, Pick PNG Tuber. Oh, like you're being complimented on the YouTube side as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've had that. That's funny. I've had that comparison a couple times. The Beast Boy vibes. That's a compliment. Who doesn't love a Beast Boy? I got some I've got some Teen Titans Go energy. I think that's fair to say. I
Wow.
actually
Now that you
do.
mention,
I am an animator at Warner Brothers, so you know it's there's an influence.
hell, oh my goodness. Oh, well, you know what? I have watched the Teen Titans like animated one, the Go. Now that you're mentioning it, I cannot unsee it. Oh my goodness! I like wait. Why did I think about that? Why didn't I think about that earlier? Like, but really, wow! Oh my
I
goodness, that's
mean,
quite the resume. Warner Bros.
I've never worked on the show, but like my default drawing style is very has a lot of like Teen Titans Go energy to it. I love a silly cartoony little guy. That's my vibe.
Oh my goodness! You know what you know what I'm gonna appreciate? I'm gonna start geeking out on so much. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start overglazing our guests like I do with every VTuber. Everyone
Oh,
has such a
please,
unique.
let's
Go
go
ahead, go.
for it. That's what I'm here for. Are you kidding me?
Mm, oh, wait, are you saying that you want to be overglazed? Like,
Yeah, why not? Sure. Sure, why not? No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. No, thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here.
no, look, we have one of the previous
I
guests as
love
well.
seeing our models side by side. I love seeing Sane and Gob in sharing the same space. It's a trip. It's very two worlds colliding.
Yes, that's what I love about VTubing so much, and just it was showing yourself in a virtual self, just like this, and having like that kind of clash. I remember somebody said like, "Oh, okay, it's really bad." I remember this one person saying like, "Oh, it's really bad to have like a 3D VTuber and 2D VTuber in the screen," and I'm like, "You kidding? That's like." Super fun just to see like the difference of like the I like the whole Roger Rabbit shenanigan happening on the same screen with lots of different animations.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's sort of like the fun of VTubing. That's why like the Taka New Year's Eve stream was amazing because it was like every personality type, every style of VTuber is just
Mm.
like sensory overload in in the best way possible. So, but
That's my
I love like are we in tell me about your environment. Like are we in like a space station skyscraper? Like what is going on here? I love this place. I love what you've
oh
done.
thank you. So I'll have you know, you have been in you're right now you are officially visiting the Net City. This is what I like calling Net City. It's the place where my
Net
VTuber
City.
resides. Yeah, it's Net City. It's like
I love it.
it's like basically it's like a gateway for like a lot of virtual creators to just pass by, which is like why I
Ooh, I
reside in
love
here.
that.
This is why I've always, since the beginning, as a VTuber, I thought one of the
We're
things that I
getting the
wanted to do is,
lore.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm bringing it briefly because I bring it very occasionally. But for those of you who may not know, Net City is just that place. It's like a, how can I compare this to like a city? What's a very city that's like very like touristy where a lot of people just like cross by but kind of never want to live in there?
Probably where I'm from. I'm from LA, and that probably fits.
Oh yeah,
That
who wants
probably
to live
fits
in
that
LA? Am I
description.
right?
Yeah, just goblins like me.
It's goblins. Speaking of goblins, I don't mean to derail the conversation so heavily from the start, but since I'm gonna start asking questions, chat. This is the formula of VCS. If you're familiar with it or not, we have the highlight command that is very easy to get questions. If you want to ask our guest a question, feel free to do so and see if we can pick it up. Anything you want and anything we can answer. But first, I want
Anything
to
you
ask,
want, chat.
this is honestly my first question from the get go. So your handle, your name in all the socials is this is Gobbling. So your name is just Gobbling, or is this your first name and then Gobbling is your last name, or is there like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing going on here?
I just wanted, yeah, that's a good question. I just wanted to be definitively a goblin. My name is Goblin.
Mhm.
This is Goblin. I just wanted it straight to the point. That's exactly what you get. Just a little crazy guy, little mischievous guy. But yeah, you can call me Gob. Some people
God.
call me Gob. Some people
Mm.
call me Goblin. Um, my stream is kind of a talk show, and I have a lot of strange and unusual guests on, and
Hmm.
sometimes they know they're talking to a cartoon goblin, and other times they don't. And so my human alias is Rob Lynn, Roblynn. So sometimes people
Okay.
call me Roblin, Roblin the
Rob.
Goblin. Yeah.
That makes honestly that's pretty clever. That's pretty really clever. Thank you for sharing that. I was thinking that maybe you had a situation where everyone just calls you Goblin, but your real name is like Maurice or something like that, and you never told anybody.
I don't. I never. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, like goblins were just kind of like abandoned at birth.
Mhm.
So like I never. I don't really have a name. I'm just goblin. You can call me whatever you want. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
That's perfect. You know what? And speaking of that, I also have a very important question that I wanted to ask my own, because somebody on the YouTube side mentioned a keyword in here, something about VTubing, mentioned the word PNG tuber. Do you feel like you qualify to be in that category? Because I feel like your VTuber is like, when I think about PNG tuber, um, there you have like an incredible amount of like different types of like reactions, expressions on yourself. You're a very animated little fella. So I'm wondering, like,
Oh, well, thank you.
how does it all
I mean,
work? What's the
look.
magic in this?
Uh, you know, it is confusing because I mean I am made up of a shit ton of PNG sequences. So I guess
Mm,
technically I am a PNG tuber, but no, not to break the illusion, but
mm-hmm,
my rig is built in software called Adobe Character Animator, which the reason I chose it was because I wanted to create like a trigger based rig. I really wanted a character where like I can pick up props and I can interact with,
mm.
all
Oh,
kinds of stuff, like I can eat. I have a ton of little toggles. I can do all kinds of stuff. And that's really sort of the strength of Adobe Character Animator. So yeah, I don't know. Like I know there's a lot of some people have called me a toon tuber. Some people have called me a PNG tuber. Some people have called me a VTuber. It doesn't really matter to me. Like I'm trying to do something a little different with this model. And I never really thought of labeling it. I know people like labels.
mm-hmm.
But it doesn't bother me. You can I'm a little bit of everything, to be honest. I'm kind of using a lot of different techniques with this model. So, yeah.
Oh, I
My
can
answer
totally see
is
that.
I don't have an answer. I don't know what I am. I don't know why I exist.
Honestly, that's perfectly valid. I feel like I've been in that train as well, where at the beginning, okay, so mine is not gonna make as much sense as yours, because at the beginning, I didn't want to label myself as a quote unquote VTuber, because I was very more my whole idea of having like a show is like, hey, I want to more be a bit more diverse than that. It's not just about VTubing, it's about also interviewing people that were like in all kinds of scenarios, anyone that it piqued my interest across the internet. And it just so happens that I just like gravitated way too much towards VTubers. Yes, I am a VTuber. Surprise, Pikachu chalk face chat. I am a VTuber. I did, but at the beginning it was a little bit like tough to like grasp the idea of VTubing.
It
And
is interesting because I feel like VTubing, the
mhm,
definition of what a VTuber is really growing and expanding these days.
uh,
I'm seeing more and more like experimentation with the medium. I
yeah.
mean, I've only been doing this for like a year. Um, so I'm still like a little baby VTuber, getting my bearings and everything. But even in the last year, I've seen people just get wildly creative and innovative with the medium, which excites me. That's why I got into it. Was you know, I feel like
Mhm,
we're collectively only scratching the surface of this medium genre, whatever you want to call it. And
mhm,
I think there's a lot of untapped potential behind, you know, live animation and VTuber rigs, and I think it's only going to continue to get crazier. I mean, there's some people that have wild rigs that are built into like Unreal Engine now. Like my buddy Nilbog is an Unreal Engine VTuber. He's like a digital Muppet. It's insane. And there's another VTuber by the name of Dead Sun Prime, and he's like an alien octopus, and he exists entirely within a game engine, and he can travel around his environments, and the level of interaction is just crazy. So yeah, what is a VTuber? I don't even know anymore. I think it's constantly changing.
You're so right on that. Oh my goodness gracious. There's a you mentioned Nilbog as well, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I freaking adore like the everything about their, you mentioned like a Muppet style, and I am a big fan of that too. I it's so good. Honestly, okay, hold on a second. I just figured, I also found some secret scuff in the horizon. There, I fixed the chat. You'll know what it is when you start hearing it. But it's all good now. But you mentioned Nilbog. You seem
Yeah,
to collect
shout out to Nilbog.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nilbog and I are actually long term friends. We went to animation school together. We worked together. So when I started, fucking around with VTubing and building this
Mhm.
rig, I was kind of just showing him what I was doing, and I was like, dude, you got to get in on this. It's like really fun and creatively freeing, and so he started building something, and yeah, we've done a whole bunch of collaborations together. We have a lot more planned, and no, he's great though. He's really fantastic. He was actually just playing the new Monster Hunter last night, so.
Oh, well, everybody's playing Monster Hunter Wilds right now. I feel the FOMO. I feel the FOMO right now. Really, really hard to chat. But I
It
think
looked
that's what
fun.
everything.
That franchise has always been kind of like intimidating to me, but I've
Mhm.
heard, and Nilbog was talking about that last night, that this newest entry is kind of like the most accessible. I think they're trying to, rope in some new people, some new players, but it looked fun.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's talk about you as a streamer as well. Like you mentioned, you're only. You mean you're more like a talk show kind of streamer? Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
actually. I never want to like make any rules, but I've actually never done a gaming stream. It's
Mm.
not really my thing or why I wanted to experiment with this. And there's a lot of
Mm.
people who are gonna. I'm a very casual gamer. Like, there's a lot of people who are gonna do that way better than me. So I didn't really want
Yeah.
to touch that. So, yeah, I'm very influenced by things like, um, the Tom Green Show and Pee Wee's Playhouse and Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and stuff like that. And so I
Okay.
wanted to do like a kind of Space Ghost inspired talk show where I have interesting guests. Sometimes they're involved in the paranormal, and sometimes they're just strange people that I find interesting. But for example, like I've had on a cryptozoologist, someone who identified as a vampire, some psychics. I've had on a mall Santa. I've had on a 96-year-old man. I've had on Tan Mom, a party clown. Um, did I already say a mall Santa? Like
Yes,
all
you
kinds of
said both sides
weird,
to.
yeah, just strange people that I think I would have an interesting, bizarre, surreal conversation with. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're into like abstract humor, stop by, come by a stream. An upcoming stream I have planned, I'll be chatting with a life coach,
Mhm.
um, to try and become the best goblin I can be. And yeah, I
Oh.
purposely found a life coach who I think is actually going to give me pretty bad advice. So I'm excited for that.
You purposely for someone who gives you love bad advice. Hold
Yeah,
up.
I found someone whose vibe does not fit with mine, and who I think will just tear me apart and give me some pretty bad advice. So
Uh,
it should be fun. It should be funny. I hope.
oh, I can see. I can see how that can play. I'm think
Yeah,
you
he
sent me down a
claims to
rabbit
be
hole.
like a tantric sex expert. He claims to be an expert in various martial arts. He claims to be a fashion expert. So yeah, I want him to just completely revamp my entire image and ruin me. So
You know what? I respect the commitment to go forward with something like this, because out of all the things that you don't want to mess with, it's with your own like life advice. You don't want to get someone who's really bad at it.
I mean, look, I might not follow his advice, but I'll listen. I'll listen and ask questions.
But I was gonna make a joke like, but then again, you're a goblin. You know that your life is full of like bad life decisions. But then I'm just realizing how polite you are as well. So I'm like, I can't judge. That would be
Exactly. I I mean, hiring a life coach off of Craigslist is probably a bad decision in the first place. So,
oh, that was Craigslist. Oh, that's
oh yeah,
wild.
I love Craigslist. I got to tell you, I like find half of my guests on Craigslist. Craigslist is just like this bizarre, forgotten corner
Mm-hmm.
of the internet, where you can find a lot of interesting people, a lot of fun people on Craigslist.
Oh, that gives me ideas for content. Chad, I want to do
Yes.
that. I want to get someone here who is from Craigslist. I don't mind who it is. Anyone. It can be literally anything. And hello,
It's a
you
lot
can
of
see.
fun. I had a singing contest on
Mhm.
stream, and I held auditions over from people that I met on Craigslist and had them like call in and do a singing audition to just kind of create a theme song for my stream.
Oh,
And some of them were actually really good. Some of them were actually like incredible, and I turned some of them into like redeems and stuff. But some of them were unhinged, and some of them were like really well done. But yeah, I love putting prompts on Craigslist and just seeing what strangeness I can catch, you know.
I'm curious. Is there anything VTuber related in Craigslist if I just search Craigslist VTubers?
Oh, I never thought to do that. That's an interesting. I feel like Craigslist is stuck in like the year 2008, so probably not.
It says no postings. No postings in Craigslist. Unfortunately,
I
there's
don't
nothing.
think I don't think there's anyone under the age of like 50 that uses Craigslist anymore, so
Also, I have to be. How does Craigslist work in the first place? Because it's showing according. Oh, I can't show this live because it's showing my information, like my.
yeah, kind of it searches based on like your geographical location. You can change that, but yeah, you have to like kind of widen the search.
Okay, what if I just circle the entire United States and just search? Let's choose this.
Search VTuber services.
Oh snap! I found. Look at this! I found Pokimane. Wait, what? Is that Pokimane? Someone said in Craigslist. Somebody I checked. A pop figure Ming's YouTube's collectible VTuber. At
Oh
Colombia.
wow.
Somebody is like ice. So apparently it's the only the prompt only brought one thing, and it is someone selling a YouTube's. Because they
Only
label
one
it.
one VTuber and me on Craigslist.
Yes. Um,
It is fun though. I've had some psychics on stream that I found through Craigslist, and they were fantastic. Yeah, it's a fun resource. It's a strange place.
when it comes to like guests over here that I were like aside from like the thing that we're usually doing right now, I have people from like military, like ex-military people. I feel like that's something that I at some point I just wanted to hear different stories from like what was your experience while having all these years in the service, and then
That would actually be really interesting. Yeah, that's a great idea. That would be really interesting. See, I kind of like stuff like that. See, and I feel like, you know, I love, and you know, I still do. I also do like art streams once in a while, and I love hanging out with other VTubers as well. Like I'll guest on other people's channels, and I'll have people on mine. So you know, like I guess variety content, but sort of the main premise of my channel is strange interviews. Oh, and that's a good question in your chat. Inquisitive Rave asked, "What would you say is the wildest guest you've had?" Definitely Tan Mom. Tan Mom is the most interesting and wild person I have ever met in my entire life. She's incredible.
That's that's a really good question as well. I've had people that have been put in the spicy list when it comes to like the VTubers as well, and I don't judge. They came here on solely for the purpose of like being interviewed. But then again, some people when it comes to like VTubers, some people are very careful about who you are, quote unquote, platforming. But I say to that, this is just an interview. It meant to be taken like that, unless during the conversation I was like supportive of it, which I really wasn't. Yeah, that's how it be. I'm not afraid to invite anyone who can be depending on who it is, of course. I wouldn't also want to hurt others by just seeing a person like that in my atmosphere. Saying it's pretty strange.
Yeah,
no,
totally.
You're strange.
I mean, you don't you just because you're having a guest on doesn't mean you condone all of their opinions, but that's part of the fun of having like the talk show format too, and especially with the types of guests I have is it's meant to be like chaotic. You don't know what these people are going to say or do, and again, like I'm very careful though. Like I never want to mock people. I don't want to make fun of people. I don't want to like we're never like making fun of them. I always want the humor to come from just the absurdity of the conversation. It's like you're watching a goblin speak to a psychic and get a psychic reading. That's entertaining enough without me being like a smartass or trying to fuck with them. So I'm always very respectful of my guests, and like I let things go wherever they go. It often goes off the rails, but that's always what I kind of hope for.
No, I like that too, and I'm like that too. That's what I'm trying to say is like it's not honestly it's about the educational journey at this point, because I not only do I like to portray that, I also like to explore and just investigate all the angles of anything. I'm someone who doesn't like to omit a certain side just because everybody may not approve completely of it. If I could get over here, I think I made this joke. If I could get here someone who can be against the things that I usually talk to for one time, with a huge disclosure, I would do it. That's how it would be. And yeah, my apologies, chat. I forgot to activate the fishing game. I think don't use your points on the fishing. Don't waste the points. The more you try, you're not fishing anything. We're really far away from the lake. You mentioned.
No, I love your philosophy though. I love that, and I love your approach and having the variety. And that's also that's like why that event with on Takahata's channel was so amazing. It's just fun to see the variety of people and personalities and artistic styles. And yeah, I think that's one of the strongest things about VTubing is that it's very welcoming to anyone, and you can represent yourself any way you want on this platform. There's something very free about VTubing that I think we should all embrace and love about it, because yeah, anything goes. You can be anything, you could do anything. It's such a wild medium. I love it.
Oh heck yeah! It's honestly, I'm a bit real. Since I started VTubing almost 3 years ago, I just been so hyper focused on this as a fan, as a job, pretty much, and because it's almost my full job. Almost, I wish I could make it completely my full job. I try to do my best around it, but it is basically the only work that I have going on right now. But what I'm trying to say is that since I started it, I'm like, dang, I dropped a lot of like the hobbies that I used to have just so I could focus on everything VTuber related and just being a streamer and a content creator, making videos and just being entertaining. And I even put a little bit, I'm a little fortunate that I put a little bit of my bachelor's degree in education into this as well, to have a little bit of discipline on it and acknowledge a lot of situations. And while it's ironic that that it is education, because I'm not the best at speaking English, because it was supposed to be an ESL bachelor's degree, which I used for a lot of years, but then now I completely completely omitted that from my life, and now I'm a funny. I'm a funny anime girl on the internet.
I know, I love it. It's wild though. But yeah, no, I mean, what you're doing is great. You have such like a polished setup too. Like production value is.
Mhm.
I mean, look at this place. This place looks expensive. Okay, I mean, look at everything right here. I'm afraid to touch anything. I feel like I'm gonna break something.
No, hey, oh, keep them fingers away from all the electronics in here.
Yeah.
Please don't
You've
push the
made a
big
big
red button over
mistake
there.
letting a goblin run around your fancy place here. I'm typically hanging out in a cave, so this is, you know.
You know, well, I've met quite a handful of goblin Vtubers and goblin beans around my socials. We also have one here a minute ago. We have actually there's like been a handful stopping by
Oh, hey,
here.
Bolts. Yeah, I see Bolts too. Yeah, hey, Bolts.
Ah, hi, Bolts.
Yeah, honestly, that's so funny you mentioned that because I had no idea when I picked this model. This was just like a design I had. Oh, ow, look at that. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Collision physics. Way to go. That's amazing. Throw more stuff at me, guys. I love that. But
yeah, sure. All right.
Yeah, just keep throwing shit at me. But yeah, I had this design and I always liked it, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna put a pin in it, and one day, oh, holy shit, my egg, my Yoshi egg. I was just like, one day I'll find a good purpose for it. So that's about as much thought as I put into this model. And it wasn't until I started VTubing that I realized there's like an entire goblin community who's been really cool. They've totally accepted me and welcomed me, and but it's just so funny. Like, I had no idea that there would be so many goblins in VTubing.
I must say, you are one goblin that is like, you stand out a lot, not just because of the style you're rocking right now, but also you're very sophisticated for some reason. Is that an energy that people told you show a lot, or do people usually like gravitate towards it? Oh, you have gremlin energy. I'm like, I don't feel like you have the most gremlin energy. You know, when I say gremlin, here's a bar. You may know of. Do you know of someone like Chibidoki?
This name sounds familiar, but I can't picture them in my mind.
No, it's
you have a
like,
picture? Pull them up.
Okay, that's normally when I think about gremlin energy and goblin energy. It's like, you know, just being think of like a dog with zoomies trying to like break everything in a room. And it's like you are like just chilling. And you're just a chill guy.
I appreciate that. That's the first time someone has called me sophisticated, and that really made my day. Thank you. That's very, I don't know. Like, I thought that was kind of funny too. Like, I wanted to pick a design and a model that sort of juxtaposed my personality a little bit. Cause I am kind of like, I'm very sedated in my day-to-day life. Like, I do kind of have a chill, lower energy. I tend to get a little more high energy when I stream. I'm a yapper for sure, but yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do a talk show, and I wanted to be a goblin, and you know, I thought it was also funny. Just it didn't. I never feel like my voice matches my model at all, and I always kind of get a kick out of that. Like this little gremlin guy with like a man's deadpan voice always kind of makes me laugh.
You know, I feel like that's also a very good key element when it comes to how do I say this? I don't want to sound rude or anything that might just sound remotely like off, but it's like sometimes when you see a specific like personality and you be like, oh yeah, I wonder if they are, you know, how gremlin energy do they have? And then suddenly it's like very sophisticated. It's like, oh, that's actually quite the character personality right there. It's like, excuse me, I'm not a savage like my other kind. So it's like you kind of give that kind of energy with the smug face you have going on.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm also like, I'm a, you know, I identify with goblin energy when it comes to like being mischievous and I never want to call myself a troll, but like a good-natured troll. Like, I enjoy an in-joke, and you know, I get so much pleasure out of when I'm interviewing someone on my stream, and they have no idea. They'll know. I only give them like enough information, so I always tell them,
Okay.
you're coming on like a live stream, you're gonna be interviewed on Twitch on a live stream. But it's so funny how with most of my guests, they never ask a follow-up question. Like that's usually it. They never ask like, what's your channel? What do you do? Like they don't care. They're just excited to come on and talk. So I always get a big kick out of the fact that they have no fucking clue they're talking to a cartoon goblin. And I'll always try to like drop hints. Like I'll always refer to myself as a goblin, and it'll get more and more obvious as the stream goes. And they just like, they never fucking question it. They never question me.
That honestly, that's I like the energy. Honestly, that's pretty good energy. If you're able to keep up that consistency, it's always gonna be, it's always gonna pay off. And I'm glad you've been going all these directions. Speaking of going to directions, I wonder how comfortable you are talking about some of the projects that I've seen you do, because I have a story. So hear me out. I was I want to do a Google search for this really quick if you're comfortable with this. I was scrolling through Facebook, and this was like in one of the mornings, and then suddenly I see an ad, and then suddenly I see a Lola Boney, and I'm like, oh, that almost looks like a Vtuber, and the style looks familiar. And it's like, and I wonder, oh snap! And then I go to Twitter and I see your post about it, and I said, oh snap! How did that? If you could say like, you know, how did that happen? It's like, that's pretty impressive.
So, no, that's a good question, and you know, like, forgive me if I don't get into total detail, but like, yeah, I work in animation, and like the industry's been in a weird lull since last year. Like, the whole entertainment industry, but animation in general too, is in this weird kind of lull period. There's fewer productions. There's a lot of people out of work. Unfortunately, I shouldn't smile as I'm saying that, but yeah. But so, and you know, and again with this whole AI debate too, it got me thinking. Like, you know what? Like, as artists, we need to show our corporate overlords that there are other ways of doing things that still employ artists, that are still like fast and efficient. Because you know, the thing about these big studios, that mandate of like wanting content faster and cheaper, it's never going to go away. So we have to sort of either find a way to work with that, or it's going to work against us. So you know, I kind of pitched what I was doing with Goblin to some people at work and kind of showed them like, hey, you know, I've been experimenting with this character animator software. Like, let me know if there's ever anything you want to use it for or experiment with. So I had the opportunity to put together like it was a very simple, just like a really simple, they had like no budget. It was just like a very simple social media campaign for like a new women's basketball league. And they're like, we want to do some like live content with like Lola Bunny. And I was like, that's perfect. Like, let me just make you a really simple rudimentary rig. And, you know, they made like 3 little like Instagram story type of segments with it. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's lovely, honestly.
And thank you for bringing that up, and thank you for being so complimentary, and I appreciate that. And you know, like, it's a very simple rig, like, again, but I'm just letting them dip their toe and kind of showing them the possibilities, and you know, we can expand on this idea. And it's interesting because you're seeing more of that. Like, you know, it's so weird to me that live sports have kind of been the first to embrace VTubing. But you know, like a year ago they did that SpongeBob Super Bowl thing.
Yeah, it's like a SpongeBob VTuber.
Yeah, and that was like a full-on mocap VTuber setup that they had. And you know, there's been a bunch of that. They did like a Simpsons. They did like a weird like VR avatar Simpsons football game thing that was similar. And yeah, so it seems like, you know, it's starting to get into the mainstream a little bit, at least, which I think is great. I think this is a really amazing medium, and I think we're really at like ground zero of something
Yeah.
of the future, you know, like
It feels like that. I feel like this is just beginning. There's like so much can be done in so many different directions. I've always said that I wanted to see. Here's a scenario, because I mentioned before, like, oh, with all the things that someone like a PNG tuber can do, I imagine I always wanted to see like an entire what do you call it, like an entire Phoenix Wright kind of like model that has like
yeah,
is
oh my god.
incredibly expressive. I would like to see something like that being through, but the amount of work, it's like extreme.
And yeah, I totally agree. There's so many things like that you could use it for. Would be so much fun. So many characters that would translate so well into like VTubing and live content. And that's the thing, like, you know, like I love animation, but there's so many genres that animation for the longest time has never been able to like break into. So like, yeah, talk shows, game shows, topical content, live content, you know, it's always been really difficult for animation to you know, sneak its way into that stuff. And I feel like now we're finally in a place where we can do that. What I'm trying to say is saying you're a pioneer. You're a fucking pioneer on the new front of entertainment. Yeah, all VTubers. We're all doing it. We're all doing something that's, you know, I know VTubing's been around for a minute, but it's still like the mainstream has no fucking clue what's going on with VTubing.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
It's
Still in its infancy.
Chris, what is going on with the chat? Why are you mentioning Chris Pratt all of a sudden? I want that.
Oh yeah, that's like that's a model I did for Doki Bird for her Halloween stream.
Oh, I love this. I laughed so hard when I saw
it. Was
this.
really fun. Like, she reached out to me with this amazing, hilarious idea where she was like, I want to do like a Halloween stream where it's Garfield dressed up as me for Halloween. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's hilarious. That's so fun. And she wanted like a model similar to Goblin with some triggers. And I had to put it together really fast. Like, the turnaround was only like a week or two. But I did like the background and some little, like, I did some animated redeems and stuff. There's one of like Odie who runs through the screen, and I built a bunch of triggers for her. But it was like a one-off thing for her Halloween stream, but it was so fun, and she's so funny. She was great.
This is honestly, this is so different than everything that that I've ever even dipped into. This is incredible, honestly.
Thank you. So yeah, like that thing of Odie, that's like Odie, kind of a mashup between Odie and one of her, she calls her community dragoons. Yeah, so they're like little birds. So like I kind of merged Odie with her dragoon community design, and then I made like a triggerable animation that she could use, you know, either trigger it or have it as a redeem.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, and you know, it was fun. I did it like really quickly, and like I would love to like expand on an idea like that. But no, it was really cool because, you know, like she's like a big time streamer. So the fact that she's willing to like experiment and try new things, she doesn't need to do shit like that. She's already got her, like, you know, following, and she could play it safe. But the fact, yeah, that she wanted to try something new and again push the medium in a different direction, it's cool. It's great, and I love that. I love that about you. I love that about a lot of the VTubers I've met and made friends with. Like, there's like an enthusiasm amongst VTubers. Like, I feel like everyone is always trying to like push themselves and try new things, and it's just exciting. It's just like this hotbed of creativity, you know?
Oh, I honestly, I feel like the farthest I've ever gone in that kind of field. So here's a scenario that happened. This is very real, and I feel really bad for this kind of collab. So I had a guest over here called Metal Hattie, and their original concept, they're a PNG tuber who was like a sock puppet. I mean, they're a sock puppet VTuber. It's like a monster inside instead of a sock. Super cool idea. It's very simple, but also very effective. And it was here, but they also have a real life version of their puppet Like they're holding it now. And I made them like in the middle of the collab, just like, hey, let's just switch to RTX on. So I put a puppet of myself. It was a plushie that I dressed up like my model, and and he just brought the puppet, and he had his entire hand up in the air with the puppet for like almost an hour. So at
Oh
the
my
beginning of the
god.
stream, so I'm like, yeah, it's to the point that he almost collapsed because of the blood loss on the hand, and there was like something going on the stream. But that was such a fun time with Metal Hattie.
That's crazy. Yeah, his arm was probably numb by the end. Like just the blood flow was completely cut off.
Yeah, no, I told him to stop of like the to take breaks, but he's like, no, he was so committed, like commitment to just like
Speaking
for
of
a bit.
speaking of blood, you want a drink? You
Sure.
want to hydrate? I got some
Yeah.
blood here.
What
Little
type
blood
is that
bag.
though?
You
Well,
want,
I only take type O, so
it's type A,
um,
the most delicious. I find it to be the most delicious type.
I'll have to kindly decline.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Did the music die? No, I am going through. So I'm going through a new setup, so there might be extra scuff. And also, I wanted to focus like on the conversation. So yeah, my apologies, chat, if there's like minimal background sounds or the redeems are not in place properly. I had a feeling this would happen, but hey, let's just go with the flow at this point. I'm just really grateful that Gob is here to share all this amazing work with us. And speaking of amazing work, on the stream I have here something a surprise by Nilbog. I like doing deep dives on Twitter. You know, if you're comfortable with that, of course. I'm not gonna deep dive too much. This is where pretty much like the road ends on the deep dive. But I like this little figurine in here. It's so cute.
Thank you. Yeah. So it was a 3D model made by Twin Goddess Miniatures. They did this amazing 3D model for me, and I got a friend of mine to 3D print it, do like a small batch of 3D prints. And so I have a whole box of them in the corner over there, and I'm gonna be doing an upcoming stream where I'm gonna be giving them away. Where I have some fun little things planned, prompts and stuff in order to give them away. But I have a whole batch of these that I'm gonna be giving away for free on stream. And this one up here actually is one that Nilbog painted for me, which he did an amazing job. So amazing. Cool to see it painted like that. But yeah, you know, like it's so fun. It's just so fun to see all our characters interpreted in different mediums and stuff. And I'm very much like a toy collector kind of person. So having like a little figure of Gob just was like a high priority for me. But yeah, I want to share that. And it was sort of, again, I've only been streaming for like a year. So like as sort of like a community appreciation thing, I got a whole bunch of these done. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to just give a whole bunch away in a fun way on an upcoming stream.
I always like the that's one of my goals as well. I want like a plushie of myself. I want a figurine. I've been lucky that after so I wasn't taking this model that you're seeing right now, my cybernetic self, has only been around for about 7 months now as of this week. Wow. So I'm like it's the first time that I kind of wanted to like branch out a little bit further and reach out. And I managed to get connections to like Uwo Market, and now I have like the mouse pad, like, you know, with the Booba mouse pad and the keychains. So I'm very proud about that too.
I feel like your design would translate so well into like a plushie or a figure. Like a figure of your model would be amazing.
Aw. That's one of my biggest goals. Like just more. I am also a bit of like a figurine collector, so I have a lot, way too much coloring. Oh no! Redeems is going on. Thank you for the bits though. Thank you, Gizmo. What the heck? Sorry if that was loud. The Tangia like caught me off guard. I guess that's the point of a redeem like that. Yeah.
No, I love it. I love the chaos of redeems. That's the other thing. Like I try to animate like a lot of redeems for my channel and stuff like that. That kind of like, you know, interact with like the set and everything. I love that. There's a streamer named Jal. I don't know if you know Jal, but like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Jal's streams are just like complete chaos, and I love it. Like just 1,000 redeems going off at every moment. I love shit like that. It's so fun.
I feel that's I have see here's my I'm gonna put my philosophy of streaming on my side. I have issues with it as someone who is like relatively not too well known yet, and I don't have like a lot of people in the same time. I feel like there's been a conflict of people who love the chaos versus people who come here and they're expecting, you know, the cozy hot anime girl to just like please them. So I have like, what's my philosophy as a streamer? Because I like both. I like sometimes the chill and I like the chaos. I'm like cozy chaos has pretty much been my brand, but it also is kind of like
Oh, I like that.
it dances in the bridge of like, who am I gonna be today, but also which one do people want to see. It is a bit conflicting.
No, I totally get that. Yeah, because it's very different energy. I'm kind of the same. Like sometimes I like, you know, I've done some quieter, cozy kind of art streams, and other times I've had guests on that are just complete chaos and the redeems are going off, and you know, like I don't know. I like both. I like that you have a balance, and actually I like that cozy chaos. You should trademark that. That's like a really that's like a brand in itself. Like cozy chaos. I'm down with that. That sounds really fun, and I like that. Best of both worlds. Why not? Have fun.
I should do something more with that. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna consider it heavily now. Now that you put it like that, it's like, marketable. Hey, hold on.
No, cozy chaos. That's actually genius. Like that would be really funny to just come up with some really chaotic redeems that are just like in a weird way, like soothing and chill and.
Ooh, you know what? Speaking of redeems and stuff like that, here's a highlighted message by Android. They mentioned this before and now. It's like so basically what this translates is like, would you give an idea for a redeem for someone like me? You have a creative genius, I believe. I wonder if you can think of a redeem for someone like me.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I love again like. I love collaborating with people creatively. I'm a very passionate person. Like I just get very excited. Like again, like your whole environment. Like I love the animation you have, all the like idle animations you have in your environment, and I love how well your character fits into this environment. And I definitely like. I like streams that have like an immersive feel. You know, like I love when everything kind of follows. It's like world building, you know, like I really appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know, it would be fun to have some like redeems that influence your environment, that like change, you know, change it to like a day scene to a night scene, or like some kind of glitch on the screens back there, or some shit like that, you know. Like I love stuff like that, that just kind of like creates a mood, creates an environment, you know. Not that any of those are good ideas, but you know, like something in that vein. But yeah, I would absolutely love to like help you with stuff or animate stuff. Yeah, I love that kind of shit.
Oh. No, honestly, I would really appreciate any ideas. I always welcome them. I was just showcasing, like when I mentioned I wanted to show the people, someone who may watch this video, like the one of the core concepts of how I can shift from like not having the tooth out. I'm not sure if you knew that I have like a single, what is this called, a snaggle tooth in English?
Yeah, little snaggle. It's cute. I like it.
So yeah, not a lot of people know that this is like one of my original looks. Normally I like to keep it hidden until it's ready to come out.
It's cute. I like it. I love it. I mean, look at my teeth. My teeth are completely fucked. So you know, I appreciate a little snaggle.
No snaggle. They're actually more even and more symmetrical than mine. I think mine are the ones that if we're to say which teeth are more fucked, I think mine's just bouncing out of the.
At least yours are white. Like at least you brush. Like you know, I gotta work on that. I need some dental work for sure.
I don't know. I feel like the color kind of fits you. You know, I thought it was a purpose. I thought it was a purpose, like a choice.
I like I mean with my design style and stuff, like I like I like minimalism. I like cartoony designs. I like saying a lot with a little. I think it's just fun
Wait.
to express things at their core. And whenever, like I've worked on a lot of shows that are much more like detailed and stuff like that, but in my own sort
Mm.
of personal work, like I tend to enjoy simple, minimal, cartoony, something that's just very like appealing in a simple way.
Yeah. Honestly, I freaking minimalism is something that I wanted to strive for at the beginning. Because my some of my first models, yes, I looked very drastically different when I began. I even had like a half model, and I wanted it to be simple because I wanted it to be easy to draw, and that worked so well back then because I kept just getting like little doodles, fan art after fan art, and now as my cybernetic self, I do get a lot of fan art too, and I'm very blessed with that too. But I feel like some people may be a little shy to like deep dive on my style. I've even been
But
considered
like
in like mecha VTuber, and it's like, wait, mecha,
you,
because of the chart
your
pages.
design is so, but see, the thing with your design too is you have like a really nice silhouette. You have like a lot of like really well defined like costume details and stuff that are very identifiably you. Like, and I don't know how you feel about fan art, but like I
Mm,
almost prefer it when it's off model. Like I love seeing people interpret Gob in their own style. You know what I
mhm.
mean? In different styles and all that. And yeah, I feel like your character design would translate into like almost any design and in any design style, because you do have, yeah, like the cape, the wings, the shoulder gauntlets, the gem, the headset. Like it's just all very iconic and clear.
Oh yeah, I welcome it in. I welcome fan art of any kind of, and I appreciate also the off model. Like the more people put their their style on it, the better. I've gotten so many unique designs. Speaking of designs, I've been learning so much lately about my own VTuber. It's not like I didn't put any input. I did. I was the first one to design it, and I had a lot of amazing help from people like Yomi Quinley, Helm Chan, and
Oh,
honestly,
Yomi's the best.
heck yes. So Yomi helped me design some elements on this model too, but the majority was Helm Chan, which is like pretty much like the right hand maid, if you may call them. I've
Oh,
been
cool.
very blessed to be in that in those kind of circles when it comes to meeting people. Over time, I grew into this form that you see right now because I wanted something a little simple. I wanted something like a little zombie creature at the beginning, and then suddenly it just evolved into
Oh, cute.
cyber hyper anime girl.
No, I love it. And look, it's all personal preference, right? That's the beauty of all of this, is there's no right or wrong. Like you can
Mm,
do anything, really. Like as a VTuber, you can be and do anything. And I really love when people have like alt models. I love when people have like, like a derpy alt model or whatever, they have like different styles, different style models that they can jump between for different events. And it's just fun.
oh yeah, there's one just popping up in the corner. I'm not sure if you have seen it. There's a spawn. That's someone can spawn a little
Yep.
chibi clone of myself right there on the
I love it.
screen.
So cute. So cute. Look at you down there.
Hey, there I am. It's missing the shades for some
Hi.
reason.
Hi down there.
But there it is.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love the openness to experiment with style. I mean,
My
it
main model is there.
be, I would love to see hot anime girl Gob design. I think would be fantastic.
Don't you have like a booba toggle that I saw one time?
Oh, do I?
No.
There you go. Give the people what they want.
Wow. You need one of those credit card emotes for some reason. I'm just picturing it now. Say chat.
Yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
delivering what the people want.
Oh, hey, Ivy. There's Ivy. I know Ivy.
Heyo. That reminds me. Speaking of like the booba toggles, I feel like a certain someone that we may know has been getting quite a lot of like booba artwork, which is Takahata. I'm not sure if you've seen it on the
Oh
socials.
yeah, I love that. Oh my god, all the gender bent fan art he's been getting lately is hilarious.
A
It's
lot,
so good too.
and
It's
it's also
so
ugly.
funny and it's all perfect. It's so good. Hey,
I need to give him a
he
go.
looks great. He looks great as yeah,
Right?
as a woman. He
I say
translate
it's
well.
honestly dangerous with the voice talent that he has. That's a little dangerous right there. I'm pretty sure they can do something really cool with
I
that too.
I
I
love that he's instigating it too. Like he's totally welcoming it and pushing it even further. It's so great. He knows Taka's a master of committing to the bit. He's a genius at that. So
Hell yes. Honestly. Oh, hello, welcome in, Kane. Nice to see you. I see a first time chatter. Welcome in. But yeah, that's
hey everybody.
Oh yeah, VTuber interview questions. I suppose I should go over some of these really quick. You pretty much answer a lot of them, and I really appreciate that. But I also have some special questions that I like to ask. A lot of excuse me. Oh, you're being attacked by a Kirby right now. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god.
Uh,
Go for it, Kirby. Go
holy
for
snap. No, don't encourage that.
it. It
Oh,
felt nice. It
wait,
felt nice. Thank you, Kirby.
that Kirby has been a menace in this net city. So it's
I
a
didn't
most
say
wanted
stop.
for
I
the
didn't say stop, Kirby.
hey yo. You're very daring. Well, yeah. Question. Also, thank you for the bits, Grillo. Appreciate it. And earlier we saw someone subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you so much for that. I was caught up in. I was caught up. Thank you so much, Miyoki, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for the 14 months. Super heavily appreciate it. I want to acknowledge that all the time.
We're moving now.
And yeah, so okay, here comes a really fun game. This is a fun one because if anyone is very open about discussing things with their online personalities, I was wondering if you weren't going to choose your goblin personality, what kind of VTuber would you would have chosen or you would like to have?
Oh wow, that's a good question. And I always like initially I really like horror genre and all that stuff. So I always knew I wanted to be like some kind of like a monster core, something along that lines. So there was another design I had. I was almost like a little like Nosferatu type of vampire guy, like a cute little weird Nosferatu. But I don't know, that felt like too specific to me, so like I ended up going with Goblin. But I really like that design. And maybe I was thinking of making it as like a TTS character or like an alt rig or an alt character, because the design I made kind of fits in universe with Gob. So
that would be honestly, that sounds really cool. I can imagine like a cross between that kind of like theme with your style right now. You could make it work. I feel like if anyone, you could honestly make it work.
Thank you. Yeah. What about you? What like you said that you originally wanted to be like a little zombie. Did you ever do that? Did you ever make a model like that? Or
I can say yes to everything because I feel like since I was in a very heavy experimental like phase for the first year and a half, I feel like
cool.
I jumped into a lot of different models. Like at first I was just like a how do I explain this, chat? Because I didn't have a specific brand. It wasn't until you mentioned Joel earlier. I'm not. When you said Joel, did you mean the well, not the puppet, the porcelain maid?
yeah, the person, the Jal
Porcelain maid.
JLL, the guy in the green morph suit.
Oh no, I for some reason I was thinking of porcelain maid.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
We're
no,
talking
it's
about
a
someone
different.
different. No,
Yeah, no, no.
Jal is a flesh tuber. He's not a VTuber.
Okay, no. So the thing is, like, one time I got reviewed my model, my previous model by Porcelain Main on stream, where they were doing like character design change ups and critiques. And
Oh
I
wow,
so
that's
I
brave.
just
That's brave of you. I'm always afraid to to do something like that.
oh yeah, no, I went in there with the full, some people go in there for the curiosity. I went in there because I had a bit of an identity lost for a long time. I called myself a slime. Thank you for the reminder, Hot Guerrero. I sometimes even, so I have a slime model, but I also, originally, like, my model is just, hey, I'm just a VTuber who's been isekai, and I have all kinds of different forms. Because I had a lot of models, and they were all like uniquely made. It wasn't like a nothing wrong with having like a model like that. It's like a pre-made. I really never used those. But all of them are like either I made them myself, or I had someone make them for me. And
Oh, that's
so
cool.
yeah, but they didn't have really like a unique theme to it. It was just it's this here's anime girl with like neon cyberpunk jacket, or here's an anime girl with like a kind of like a hex maniac kind of theme to it.
Oh,
Called
cool. Okay.
So I had different names. I right now my name is Sane, but Sane Cisco is my full name. But I do have I had different like sub names. For example, this model right now is called Cyber Sane, because
Cyber
cybernetically
Sane.
enhanced. But my previous model was called Neo Sane because of Neo Cyberpunk.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and then
But
I
I like
have
that. I like that you experimented with styles. Like I feel like a lot of people feel like the pressure to like have their whole VTuber identity figured out like on day one. But no, I always love seeing people's like growth and experimentation with characters and models, and I think that's nice that you gave yourself that like freedom to try out different things until you found something that fit, right?
yeah, I'm very glad that the community has been very open about appreciating all of them. Some have their preferred version of me. That's understandable because even at some point I saw the whole I noticed that fish VTubers are very popular. So I even had a fish version of myself called
Oh
Saint
wow.
Kai, which is like a whale shark VTuber of myself.
Oh cool. Wow.
And it actually did work because it did give me it did open a lot of doors changing into a fish VTuber. I met so many people through it as well, but then I made a giant pivot into neo cyberpunk, and I was a redhead humanoid instead of like a whale shark anime girl.
Oh wow. No, that's fun though. I mean, you got to keep it interesting. I mean, and
Hmm.
experimental and try out different things. Like
Hmm.
that's the whole excitement of VTubing, you know?
For sure, for sure. So yeah, that's I always like asking that question if anyone feels comfortable like answering it. Thank you for answering it. I do have one more in here, and let me
Sure.
see. All right, so this question was asked by one of our previous guests, and I feel like this question fits you very highly.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna play a little game. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I want you to ask one of our future guests a questions. We don't know who a future guest is, so you can ask anything. It can be something silly, something really meaningful, or chaotic. It depends. It's fully up to you. All
Great.
right. So here's a question by Quincy VT, and they're asking if you were to so it's kind of split into two questions. Like, what's the favorite? So, what's your favorite part of your VTuber model? And also, if you were to add an accessory to your VTuber model, what would you get?
Ooh. That is a good question. Favorite part is definitely just like the ability to, interact with
Oh,
props and stuff. Like I have my little, whenever I'm like need to look something up, like I always try to keep it as immersive as possible. I pull out my phone, like um I have a lot of different props that I can bring out for different streams and stuff.
mhm.
So that was always my goal, was just like I really wanted like a really strongly like trigger based model where I could, I can turn on the booba and I can change into my face into my true form.
Oh snap! Is that Germa?
It's Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that caught me off guard so hard.
But yeah, like I just love like the ability to have toggles, all kinds of different bizarre toggles on my model. Um, what's the second part of the question is what would I like to add?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually working on, so the other reason I chose a goblin as my
Mm-hmm.
primary model is um, because goblins are shapeshifters, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to leave the door open that if I ever wanted to make sort of like an alt version of Gob, that it would kind of make sense and work. So I'm actually working on an shape-shifted alt version of Gob that I'll be using for a very specific stream premise that I'm really excited about. It's going to be really fun. Um, but yeah, great question.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh,
Who asked
hey,
that question?
that was Crimsy. Crimsy VT.
Crimsy, thanks for the great question. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. And now it's your turn to ask one of our future guests like questions. What angle would you like to go to? Because some people ask questions that are either like, "What's your favorite drink?" to "What's your favorite type of like, I don't know, hobby or something really unhinged along those lines, or do you want to ask something about like VTubers? I'll leave it completely up to you.
Um, I'm always fascinated with
Mhm.
people's like streamer setup. Like I'm always curious, like I know everybody has like
Mm.
some like pre-stream rituals. I'd like to know what their pre-stream ritual is if they have one. Like how do they get in the zone? How do they get in the right frame of mind to jump on stream?
Pre-stream ritual. Ooh, that's a. I wonder if I do have one that I can probably say aside
Yeah,
from
I was gonna ask, like, how do you prepare? Like, how do you get in the right headspace before a stream?
drinking coffee.
Yeah. Do you still, I mean, you've been doing it for way, way longer than I have. Like, is it like
Uh-huh.
second nature for you to jump on, or do you have to like hype yourself up, or like do you get nerves before you go live? Like, how do you feel before going live?
Always get a little nervous when I hit before I hit the like button. I wonder if I'm gonna deliver all the time. And then after like a little while it just like it escapes my mind why wasn't even worried in the first place, and I just have a lot of fun in streams. It's my favorite thing to do. And yeah, like I said, I'm very passionate about like streaming VTuber and all that stuff. Sane has a headspace. This head is completely blank.
No, I love what you've done, and I love what you've built, and that's why I was so excited to come on and speak to you, because
Mhm.
like I saw you on Taka, and then I was kind of looking up your stuff, and like you always come off very comfortable and natural when you're talking to people. You have like a very
Aw.
comfortable, relaxed vibe, and I can tell when people are interacting with you, you make them very comfortable. Which that's
Aw.
like a huge skill. So yeah, no, you're doing great. I'm inspired by you and so many other VTubers,
Oh,
because yeah,
thank you.
it's
That's a big
stressful. It takes a
compliment.
lot. You're like
Blush,
you have
blush.
to juggle like 50 fucking things when you do this. Like
I try my best. I always say that. I'm just like I'm just doing my best at what I can to either just to be engaging in the community, but also just to have a genuine fun overall. That's why I always like try to not to focus on just one kind of theme that I have going on. Well, I don't know if that's shooting myself in the foot, but I often try to like I do have a lot of variety. I heard that variety sometimes hurts, but I do also want to like pay my my respects to like the people who are in part of the community, because they mean a lot to me. Like for example, like the wonderful Reno Rumi who's here. I just met in the community, and they've been I'm going as far as to say like they're one of my best friends of all time. Because great, it's been crazy
I love that.
how it's crazy how much we've been through, and how much they have helped me as well. It means a lot.
And you met them through VTubing?
Yeah, I was stalking them on YouTube because they stream on YouTube.
That's amazing. I love that. Honestly, it's so funny. It like I've met so many amazing, inspiring, friendly, cool, supportive people doing
Mm,
this. But then even like I said, Nilbog Live, go check him out if you haven't.
yes.
But Nilbog and I have been friends forever, And then I feel like getting into VTubing, it's like in a weird way, like brought us closer, which is funny because I literally see the guy like every day at work. But since we've gotten into VTubing, I don't know, it's just something to get like excited about and that we've bonded over and that we're like always like thinking of like, oh, it would be fun to try this or do that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like a fun space to connect with people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's not just Rina Rumi is pretty much like I mentioned them, but they're like only like the surface of what I can describe of like all the amazing people that I met. I can go on and on for literally like 5 times the amount of this stream, just like talking about literally everyone who I have like engaged with, who I consider like either close or good associates and everything. It's been a good. It's done wonders for like networking and just getting to know people from someone who's like relatively an introvert, because I am very much an introvert in nature, but when it comes to like being a VTuber, I'm quite the opposite. I'm
I
quite
love
the
that.
opposite. I feel like I'm quite the opposite. I try to behave and try to be respectful and polite, so as my may be a little bit more soft spoken in a lot of occasions, but for the most, on my real self, I'm just more introvert than anything. But as a VTuber, I'm very out there. I wanna learn things about what inspire people, what's their hobby, what's the history behind their models and all that, and their work and all that. It's always been great. It's always been, and
Well,
it has
I
connected me with
really
a lot of people.
I really appreciate you though. Thank you, because you've been from the beginning. You were really supportive and kind to me, and I appreciate that. Because it is like when you first start. Again, like I'm new. Like when you start in this, it's fucking intimidating because yeah, like there's so many people that do it so well and have like carved out this amazing niche for themselves and built these amazing communities. So yeah, it can be very like intimidating. But no, I appreciate when people like you are so welcoming and kind and encouraging, and I always want to like pass that along. Like I always want to.
Heck
I
yeah.
want everyone. I want everyone to fucking VTube. I think it's like fuck
Honestly,
real life.
so
This is where it's
true.
at. This is
You're
where it's
so right
at. This
for
is like
that.
VTubing is like the biggest escape for me, and is just like it's like a fucking utopia, man. Like everyone can represent themselves however they want. Like you just get to be yourself unapologetically. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Speaking of welcoming, and someone who and representing yourself, and I couldn't pick a more deserving character of that title. And we have Desync in the chat, who is very good at representing themselves in a lot of ways. Their creative genius is through the roof, and also how welcoming they have been also at creating tons of like VTuber events, and I'm just grateful to have met them too. Honestly, yeah,
That's great.
super amazing. Same with Bolts, and same with a lot of people, and Excelsis as well, who has collabed with me twice with the amazing like AI work they got going on. Everyone has like such a unique way to like implement their energy into the stream.
I agree, and yeah, I recognize some people in your chat. Bolts has always been really cool to me. Hi, Bolts. It's
Ooh.
good to see you. And Ivy too. I see Ivy in chat. Ivy dropped some Nilbog emotes in chat. That's great. Hi, Ivy. Ivy's been really supportive like since day one too. So like it's fun to see like all the overlap, and there really is like this crazy. I wasn't expecting like the crazy fucking sense of community within VTubing. That I wasn't really like prepared for that. I thought I would just sort of like go on, do my silly, stupid little thing, and then just like that would be that, no, I get to meet like all kinds of like-minded, creative weirdos like me. It's good.
Yes.
Honestly, here's another one. Here's another one. Like, how far do you want to take this now that you are like you said you're beginning? I'm like, do you have any like what's the word for that? What's the word in the industry for someone like a not a timeline, but like
Like goals or
yeah, just generally just goals. I was trying to find the fancy words that some people say, like a roadmap. There we go. Yeah, it's
oh yeah.
do you have a roadmap, or do you have a plan, or do you just
Um,
like go with blowing through however you can?
I feel like the more of a plan that I try to implement,
Hmm.
the the less likely it's gonna happen, or the more that it starts to feel like work. Like, the main reason I started this was because, like, I draw, I animate, I work in
Hmm.
animation every day, but that's always like, and it's fun, I love it, but I'm always like executing someone else's vision. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I realize that I'm spending my entire day and working really hard to execute someone else's vision, and it's like, what's left for me? Like, when I come
Hmm.
home, um I'd like to have something that I can call my own, that I can have my own creative vision for something, and this felt like a cool way of doing that. And with animation, like, it's such a slow, tedious process. Like, scripted animated shows, it takes years to create a season, and then you got to wait even longer for it to air, and then there's like this crazy disconnection between like your work and the audience. Whereas like with VTubing, yeah, it's a little more scuffy, and it's a little more hectic and chaotic, and it's not always perfect. Sometimes the ideas work, sometimes they don't. But it's exciting, and it's a rush to like just get that shit like out of your system. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
it's cool to have like an idea, and then like you can be like broadcasting it to a bunch of people the next day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's fun, and I just want to do more of that. Like, um, I don't really have any specific goals other than I want to be a little more consistent with my streaming. The problem right now, well, not a problem, but just like, um I do like I do a lot of collabs, and I'll jump around, and I love collaborating with
Hmm.
people. But I usually do one of my own streams a month, and that's usually because I put like a shit ton of preparation to each stream, and I usually like create like a brand new setup for a stream, or I'll create some brand new like redeems or stuff, or there'll be a bit that's dependent on some like new animation. And then also, because I'm dealing with guests, a lot of my guests, it's like wrangling stray cats. So I can't really have a set in stone schedule. Oh, you got a raid. I'll let you deal with that. I'll shut up
Not
for a
just
second.
one raid,
Hey,
but
Raiders.
3 raids.
Yeah, hey, Raiders. I need to shut the fuck up so you can address the triple raid.
Oh
The
snap!
elusive triple raid. That's
Oh
crazy.
snap! The element of surprise. Oh my goodness. Hello everybody. How's it going? My name is Sane, and I'm here accompanied by the lovely Goblin. This is Goblin. Please check out the lovely Goblin
Hi.
who's next to me. Look at how goofy they look. Look how fun they look. Great. Look at everything.
Triple
Hey,
raid. Triple raid.
Bray. Let me give a shout out to the lovely thank you so much to Bunny Junie, Pigeon Wishes, and Elwin Brook for the raid. Thank you so much. What decided, what the heck happened here that made all of you stop by our lovely Net City? For those of you who may not know me, my name, yes, my name is Sane. I said that already. I'm a VTuber interviewer who also does variety gaming on this channel. And what the heck? It says here you were doing fast food simulator. Oh my goodness. I'm loving all the different variety of like VTubers that I'm seeing. For those of you who also are familiar, I've spoken about them. But Junie is one of the lovely individuals who created some lovely work for me as well. They made the turkey model that I use on Thanksgiving, the one that I use also in the Taka stream. And
Nice.
Oh yeah, Joni is an amazing like artist and creative genius as well. I freaking adore them as well, and it's so lovely to meet you, Pigeon Witches, Pigeon Witches, and also Elvin Brook, and also those who follow FNAF. It's cool. That's debatable. Thank you for the follow, and also DM Phobia. Thank you so much for the follow. Very appreciate it. There you go. There it is. Need to make
Yeah,
a
welcome, Raiders.
Need to make a new
See
model for you.
everybody.
Hey, oh, you know what, Junie, I super appreciate that. I'm very humble that you you want to suggest something like that. You've been cooking real hard. I'm not sure if you've seen them, Goblin, but let's say Junie has made models for like Yomi Quinley, and recently even a model for Iron Mouse.
I've seen Junie's work is amazing. It's incredible. Hi, Junie. Nice to meet you. Nice
It
to see
is.
you.
And I think on today's post, I also saw they're gonna make a another project for the Monarch, for the Monarch
Oh, cool.
Amelie as well. They're gonna do a little a little model for them too. That'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. You're cooking so much, Junie. I really appreciate that. You're a very respectable work, honestly. Your hustle
Yeah, your
game is
work's
super strong.
fantastic, Junie.
But
Yeah,
now,
it's nice to quasi meet you. Your work is fantastic. I don't know how people. It is like I'm always way impressed by people's work ethic. Like I don't know how people get so much shit done. It's
Mm. I I wonder too. I sometimes I guess it's like people just really love VTubing sometimes, or maybe just not just VTuber, but any kind of someone who's like a streamer or a content creator. Like this is what they call it, the grind. I suppose it's as simple as that.
it's true. I mean, like yeah. I mean, I draw all day and then I come home and I'm excited to come home and like work on this shit and draw some more.
I'm excited to work.
It is
You
addictive
hear
though.
that, chat?
Yeah, it's no, I know it's weird. It's like I don't know. It's addicting too. Like VTubing is definitely. I can definitely see how it becomes like all consuming. You know.
Oh yeah, I can. It is very consuming. I feel like time is like the biggest restraint. I make models for a lot of people because I've been loving using
Oh,
V-Ray
cool.
Studio, and when I make the models as well, I look at the time. Oh, it's time to stream. What have I been doing all day? Making models. What am I doing all night? Streaming and maybe like verifying what I need to do with the community and editing to a minimum. I'm not the one who edits the most, but it's when it goes down to it. Oh, my entire day has been spent doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
things.
you edit your own clips and stuff as well. Like,
Oh, yeah, to a degree. It's bare minimum that I can do. I don't really have an editor fully, but when but I like to at least
that's like
make
a whole
wise
job
decision
in
to it.
itself. That's like a whole job in itself. Like editing, I love that part of it. Like I love cutting together like a highlight reel from a stream, and I'm currently like in the process of. I usually, I usually do the typical like 3 to 4 hour long stream, and I'm in the process now of like editing them down into like condensed episodic kind of versions that I'll throw on YouTube. But
Okay.
yeah, that's like a full-time job. Just editing is crazy. It's so much work.
Yeah, for sure it is. I appreciate the lurk so much. Of course, the raid as it came in here. If you need to rate it, rate and take a little break. Yeah, we're almost just about to wrap it up. Working for 10-hour streams just for just as much hours if possible. Ren, you stream an extreme amount. You need to take it easy as well, because Ren
How do
also
you do
goes
that?
like day job and then suddenly 10 hours of streams. So how do you do it? Where's the sleep?
Yeah.
It's like optional.
Sane, what's the longest stream you've ever done?
I can
Like
pinpoint to one
consecutive hours.
I can pinpoint to one specific stream, and that is watching paint dry simulator.
Oh my god. And how long was it?
How long was that? It was about 8 hours long, but I
Holy
think like
shit.
we're watching paint dry. It was 8 hours, chat. How long was it? I lost track of time that day. It was a surreal experience. I don't recommend it to anyone, not because of the time, but because of the type of game that it is. It's infamous for the game like just blowing up computers.
Oh
Was
wow.
it was 10 hours.
Yeah, by like I think the longest again I'm new. I'm building my tolerance, but the longest I went was like 6 hours, and I felt like my brain was like leaking out of my ears at the end of that. Like it was 6 hours like almost killed me.
Oh yeah.
I'm just fucking sitting here yapping. It's not even like you don't think it's going to take that much out of you, but holy shit. I was like I slept for like 3 days straight after that, and
Average sane brain. That happens to me
yeah,
too.
sane brain.
Last night it was one of those nights where I was doing reviews on like retro collections that people were sharing in our community,
Oh,
and
cool.
I was super excited. And for four, it was almost like 5 hours long, and I was just yelling back to back because I was just geeking out over everyone's like collections. People were posting
Oh, that's such a
videos.
fun premise. What was like your favorite collection that you saw? That's such a fun idea.
Oh, like someone had like the what do you call it? Like the Sega Saturn in like the box, the original box,
Oh,
and
holy shit.
there was like import of games that were like Toho games in there too, which is really rare. And people were just like
Pretty cool.
just flexing what they have. I was happy to show my Ocarina of Time cartridge, but then some people just show like the games that were just like super limited to like their regions. I said, oh, this is really crazy. Like all the
That is
Pokemon games
crazy.
in cases.
Wow. Oh my god. What do
Yeah,
you what's like do you have what's like your main collection? Do you collect various things or do you have like a focus?
mainly Nintendo things. But I do have a large variety of like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation
Oh,
3,
that's fun.
nothing. I really have like no PlayStation 3 games. Only Balan Wonderland, and I want to burn it.
Yeah, I kind of skipped PS3 too. Like I was really into PS2 and then I went right to like PS4.
Yeah, it was a weird time of my life. I wasn't too much into like the PS3. Time to
Yeah,
finish
me neither.
Balan. That's never gonna happen, Chad. That's like the worst the worst stream of all time. People were like, everyone who came into the stream was like, why are you playing this? Why are you playing this? I have never seen the chat more unhappy to see me play a game. It wasn't even like
I loved
a
your
gag funny.
we were talking about this like before we went live too, and I loved your
Uh-huh.
take the other day. You got me all fired up. I loved your take on the Pokemon Direct.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
you're not a hater. I think you were like dead on with that. Like it's the Pokemon Company is just like they're just like an abusive partner. Like we can't leave them, but they just keep fucking with us. It's too much, man.
Slob. This is they delivered the slob yesterday. I was no, I was like, no, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I said on the clip that I posted on the socials that I came to the Pokemon Direct to be a hater, and I left being hurt because I'm very passionate about being. Uh,
It's so true though. Yeah, at this point it just feels like it does. It's not even I don't even get mad anymore. It just feels like pain, emotional pain, and it's like, you know what? Am I going to buy the game again? Am I going to play it and then rage quit it? Yes, of course. Like, whoa, I broke my model for a second there. Hit the wrong button, people.
No, I was yelling so hard. If you look at that, I want to post. I want to share a clip of that because that one stream was chaotic. I was like literally like I'm not an aggressive person. I did it a bit. A bit of it was just me trying to be funny. Like I was like hitting my table so hard that my PC almost like blue screen because it was.
I mean, at this point, we have to laugh. I mean, at this point, the only way to suffer through is to make a joke out of it. Because how else are we gonna cope?
Nobody hates Pokemon more than Pokemon fans. That's me. I'm Pokemon
That's
fan.
true.
I've been a day one person. Hell, I even work at like comic conventions, anime conventions. I used to have like booths that were related to like Pokemon, Pokemon cards and all that stuff. I used to be like a vendor. I used to have my own hobby shop.
Oh wow.
And
Oh
I worked
wow.
with Pokemon and like Pokemon professor for a little bit. It wasn't fun. I didn't like being a judge. And then but
So you've been on the front lines of Pokemon fandom. You've seen some shit.
yes, and I was very passionate about it. I ran a Facebook group that was like, not ran it, but I was like a moderator there too, and that group had like 20,000 people who were just like yapping about Pokemon, and I was even like part of it. I was invested on it for a long time, so I've been in the Pokemon community for a while, and then seeing all the slop happening like in front of me, it's like you could do this. You got no business. People are saying, "Oh yeah, no, let them cook," and it's like, no, they're not cooking at all. They need to learn their lesson. I was very
That's the thing. They
adamant
never
about being
will.
a hater.
We won't. But we're never gonna teach them a lesson. That's the problem. Is like we'll all complain and then we'll all buy the game and they're still gonna make their money and they don't give a shit. Like,
You've been in the front. Speaking of me being in the front, you also been in the front of like the industry stuff. You mentioned some high names in there, like a WB and so and so. But I'm wondering if you like how educated are you in those kind of like business practices? Not that I want to get into like the business suit right now, but I'm like you can just say like yes or no that you know or don't know. Do you know about the? Do you feel like you know about that kind of thing? Like how people run their
like
practices, why are they making those kind of practices in the first place?
yeah, I mean, I joke and stuff too, like, but I understand, these because I work for a lot of these companies and I love
Mm,
working for them, but at the same time, like, you know, they're trying to make money, they're trying to please
mm,
their stockholders and like they're a business. Yeah, sure, they make some cool shit sometimes, but at the end of the day, they're a business, and they don't really care. Well, I shouldn't say that. They do. The
mm,
creative integrity comes second, though. That's not the top priority for a lot of these
mm.
places.
Yeah, money.
Um,
Who would have thought
they want to
money is the
make they want
primary?
they want to make the best product they can while keeping their margins. You know what I mean? Like that's what it comes down to. Um, but I like to stay positive because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I work at WB and they're actually making a lot of really amazing stuff right now. And like actually today, that new Looney Tunes movie comes out, and I just
Mm.
saw it this week, and it's fucking amazing. Like I
Oh,
cannot believe that in 2025, a 2D animated feature-length film about the Looney Tunes characters, without any celebrity stunt casting, which always pisses me off. Like Chris Pratt isn't anywhere to be seen in this movie, and it's fucking
or Jack
amazing.
Black,
Like they
or
actually,
Jack
yeah,
Black,
no Chris Pratt, no Jack Black, no John Cena.
or The
Like
Rock.
they actually cast real, true seasoned voice actors who embody these characters. I'm actually friends with the guy Eric Bauza who's voicing Porky and Daffy in the movie, and it makes me so
Nice.
happy to see him, like headlining this thing because he's a fucking genius. Like he's a brilliant voice actor. And I'd rather listen to him than Chris Pratt. That's for damn sure. But yeah, like, so yeah, I have to give it to them because this movie's a gamble. I really hope it does well at the box office, but it's very different. It does not follow the corporate formula for animated movies right now. And yeah, I don't know. I would encourage everybody to go see it. I didn't work on it, but still, like
Mm-hmm.
support that's the thing is like we complain about projects that lack artistic integrity,
Mm-hmm.
but the only way we're going to get the stuff that we actually want, and the only way we're going to get the effort put into the games and content that we want to see, is by supporting the good stuff. You know what I mean? So we have to the only thing that these companies is going to listen to is our dollars, is our money.
Mm-hmm.
So when something good is released, go see it in a theater, buy a copy of it, support
Yeah.
it so that they get the message and they know that we want more of that and not the slop.
Mm. But why do we like slop in the first place? I feel like that's one of the biggest enigma in life.
I think I think that's just our addiction to certain IP. You know what I mean? Like, if a game that sloppy was released and it was like an original concept, it would
Mm-hmm.
be buried. No one would give a fuck. It's only because it's Pokemon that they're just riding the hype of the IP. That happens with a lot of content. Like they know that just by the nature of, oh, it's a Marvel thing, or oh, it's this IP, it's gonna do well no matter what. So we don't even really need to like put that much care into it, because just by the nature of it being this thing that's popular, people are gonna buy it.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like that's so real. That's so true. I feel like slop also comes in different varieties because there's been, so hear me out. This is I don't know why I'm so passionate about describing why we like slopped right now on this very moment tonight, but yes, the one slop that comes from like a known company like Pokemon, it's understandable why people keep coming back to it. However, there's something about think about this. Okay, think about YouTube videos. Think about slop content, quote unquote. That's very rude
True.
to sometimes label some of it like that. But let's be honest, some of it is. And have you ever been in a scenario? Okay, now think about YouTube video, but also think about like TV shows where you're like, ooh, I
Yeah.
could watch this really good, elaborate movie that I want to absorb really good. However, I don't think I have the brain power. How about I just watch The Office for the 100th time and, and call it a day? And then I feel like a lot of people have brain power also takes into why we like slob. Everybody's just exhausted to absorb something they consider into quality. I'm going in a very weird angle with this, but I'm wondering
No,
if
no,
someone
this
can
is an
relate to that.
no, this is like a really interesting conversation. I know, I agree with you 100%. That's actually really insightful and really interesting conversation. I
Uh,
completely agree. I also find like it's funny because I feel like the kind of like in a weird way, there's like a kind of, when it comes to like YouTube videos and stuff, there's
Mhm.
almost like a level of authenticity to slop. It almost feels like when I'm watching something that doesn't have this super polished, high production value sheen on it,
uh,
there's like a weird comfort to that. It feels like it's more authentic in a weird way, if that makes sense.
mhm.
Because yeah, you know, I think it's working in a couple different ways. I think you're totally right. Like slop is just easier to digest. It's already mush. It's already been digested for us. We can just suck it down and not have to work too hard. You know,
Yeah,
for a nice gross analogy. Whereas
yeah,
yeah, like if you want to watch like a really well written, really well produced show, yeah, you have to like invest a little more like brain power, and I'm guilty of that too. I don't always want to like be totally focused on what I'm watching. Sometimes I just want to like scroll the brain rot and
mhm.
through the brain rot, and sometimes I want to watch like the Simpsons, the same Simpsons episode I've seen 1,000 fucking times. I want to watch it just one more time. You know, like
Yeah.
it's
Here's
comfort,
a
right? Nostalgia, comfort, yeah,
mhm.
ease.
Here's a fun fact. I caught myself red-handed in that situation when I was watching a channel on YouTube from a certain creator, but I'm watching more their second channel than their slop channel than their main channel because I want to absorb like the main content they make in a really good way whenever I feel ready to watch it. But the reaction videos they do or something that it's like I don't know. Here's me just describing this nothing burger topic and just ranting about it. I prefer that than the well formulated edited video. Not I don't prefer it, but I subconsciously like gravitated to like turning that on more just to see that creators work more on that too. So I caught
Interesting.
myself red-handed in that situation.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any shame in it either. It's like I always look at it like there's two types of entertainment. There's like the junk food entertainment, and then there's like the good for you health food entertainment.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with balance. Like sometimes it's nice to eat a little bit of slop. Sometimes you want just like a fucking Big Mac. You just want to shove a Big Mac in your face and feel like shit for an hour.
Mhm.
Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as it's like not all you consume. You got to kind of like moderation for both, right?
Mhm. Absolutely. I and hello, hi
Oh,
Yomi
hey,
Quinley.
hey,
Thank you for stopping
hey,
by.
Yomi, what's going on? Good to see you.
We were totally not talking about you behind your back just a few minutes ago. But yeah, humans enjoying predictable nature. Predictable nature. That's a very interesting set of words saying it like that. The fear of disappointment. Ivy said that, and that is also a big.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah, that's a good
that's so
point.
real. Yeah, the fear of disappointment is
Yeah,
also real. Like I'm not gonna be
I'd rather
disappointed if I don't
watch
expect
my
anything good.
time. Yeah, I'd rather spend my time watching something I already know I like than, our free time is so limited. Like when I watch something, I want to have a good time, and I want to know that I'm in good hands. You know what I mean? Like I want to know quasi predictable. I think that's why people love IP. That's why people keep going back to the same franchises and characters, and you know.
What is this free time they speak of, right? Free time. I just like free time is an enigma. It's a suggestion. Sleep is a suggestion as
Exactly.
well.
My free time is basically when I should be sleeping. My free time is at like 4 a.m. That's when I'm like, oh, I think I'll start a movie now.
Absolutely. Free time is a lie. No,
It's
sleep is an
true.
option. No.
You're paying for that time one way or another.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's kind of like a dark reality that we're doing. We're going through that right now.
Yeah, we're getting very existential. I like it.
No, that's it. That reminds me. I had a situation where I had to cry myself to sleep, but hear me out. I don't want to sound like depressed or
Aw.
sad. This is more funny than
Aw.
anything. No, 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 no. Don't be sad. Like, look, listen.
No, you're making me cry now.
No, listen. It's a fun
like that.
situation. I say fun, but it's also kind of like damn. So I used to mow the lawn in this place that I live, and I'm like, damn, I need someone to mow the lawn so that I can sleep because I can't fit this anywhere. So I'm like planning like 3 days ahead when I'm going to use this time to sleep because my work was just so brutal to the point that I was scheduling a sleep 3 days ahead.
Oh my
Paying
God.
someone to mow the lawn because
That's some like dystopian shit right there, where it's like we gotta schedule. Yeah, we gotta pencil in some sleep. Like I'll have a free hour on Thursday. Maybe I'll sleep then.
on Thursday. Yeah, that's just insane, but that's real.
I mean, look, it's maybe I always wonder. I'm like, is it maybe it's just I'm complete shit at time management? I don't know, but like, yeah, I don't know. My sleep schedule is absolutely fucking terrible. I'm sure I've shortened my life by like 10 years by how unhealthy my sleep habits are.
Because if you don't, it doesn't happen. No, I'm screaming too, Hogrello. You feel that? I feel like it's just. I'm sorry to hit home everybody with that little story, but it is how it is. Just think about it. I guess it's the same way when people start hiring. If only it was easy to hire. Things like editors and all that stuff. I've gone to the point where I had to decrease the purposely, like the production value of like a video, just so I can be able to ship it and clip it and ship it.
It's so confusing though, because I always hear too that it's actually, I always see the statistic and see people discussing that the less polished videos typically get more views for some reason. Like a level of scrappiness, a level of scuff is almost like, I don't know, entertaining and inviting in a weird way. I don't know. Again,
yeah,
I don't know.
In some cases, yes. In some cases, it is, I guess, case by case. Like a really good, if you pop off on like a clip by doing all kinds of like really wacky things, and it's really, it really gets the attention of people and all that stuff. But then there's some times where, like for example, a good example is think about social media posting, like on Twitter. I had an elaborate post with a lot of really good heartfelt messages. It didn't work out, and then I just scrapped the post, reposted, but with like a tenth of the text that it used to have, and it just did way better. And it's like, oh snap! Why is it? Because people looked at it longer than they wanted to read it at all. They didn't want it to read it at all. I had to pick my battles and think carefully about that.
Yeah, it's true. It is
Pick your
interesting
battles,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so like
Make
people's
good
attention
executive
spans
decisions.
But I don't know. I love short form content, but I still, I don't know. I'll watch like a longer video essay if it's interesting and it hooks me from the beginning, like. I don't know. I never believe that people don't want to watch long form content. I think it just depends on what it is,
Yeah, no, understandable. I felt myself that scrolling when in watching short form content many times. I don't go for it all the time. I don't. It's not my to go to apps. Whether it's like YouTube Shorts or TikTok Reels. But I've seen situations where I catch myself just like that scrolling through a bunch of reels. My
Yeah.
algorithm is really my algorithm knows more about me than I know about it.
Isn't it scary? It's so. I'm like afraid. We all are. No one wants anyone to look through our phones at this point because our phones are just basically like a mirror of our psyche at this point. It's crazy how much the algorithm now like reveals about you. It's weird.
I can just say keywords right now, and 5 minutes later, I'm gonna see that right now. Not only does type it, I can just say it. Hell, let's go more into down the conspiracy hole. But I can just think about it, and it spawns.
Yeah, I know.
That's the scariest scenario. It's very dystopian.
Isn't it funny how we all saw that was happening and we've all just kind of accepted it? It's so funny.
Yeah.
We all know our phones are listening to us, and we all say that we all have the same fucking conversation. Where we're like, I said this thing, and then like the next day I saw ads for it, and blah blah blah, and then we just kind of like laugh it off. But it's like, no, that's fucked. We've all just kind of like accepted it. It's crazy, man.
I'm the one having the real existential crisis right now, and because Chad, I'm the one here locked in the room talking to a toon goblin right now. So look at what my life has become.
Honestly, this is the reality I choose to live in. This is great. This is
I guess.
But see, that's the funny part is like I'm kind of like you, like I would say I'm like an introverted extrovert. And but I'm not the type to just like when I'm at a party or I'm at a gathering out with people, like I'm not the type to just like spark up a conversation with someone I don't know. Whereas like with VTubing and stuff, like I've had like this, like right now, like I've had great conversations with people that I literally just met, you know, and really like open, honest conversations, like really real conversations. I would have, I would never do that otherwise. So there is something about this that I would almost argue is like more real. It's easier to be vulnerable with people through VTubing.
Honestly, that's so real. I've had those kind of situations as well, where I just like catch myself just like speaking nonsense and speaking about nonsense. Hi, Crunchy Pickles. Gob is locked in the room with you. Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No, you're gonna have to throw me out that window if you want to get rid of me.
I might just
How high up are we? How many stories up are we? Well, I think I could survive that fall.
I want to say like 8 floors high. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. I'll just have like a couple burst organs and broken bones. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing a little potion can fix. In fact, you are digital right now. You're in a digital place right now, so I wonder how.
Oh, that's right.
We're in Net City.
We're immortal. We're immortal in Net City.
See, it's that. Okay. It's okay for me to stab you here. Nothing will happen.
Oh, okay, good. Let's test that theory out. Give it to me. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Stab me.
I'll stab you.
Let's do it. Don't even tell me when it's coming. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm just gonna take it.
I'm gonna poke you with the. There you are.
I didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel it.
No,
Net City is real, guys. You will live forever in Net City. What a magical place. If you die in Net City, do you die in the real world?
That's a good question. I don't want to test that. It's illegal though. It's okay to stab you like 10 times, but that's like the limit. Like after that, you're pushing it. The law enforcement is gonna come through the door and be like, "Hey, okay, yo." You know, you
overdid it. It's like, that's everyone only. You get 10 stabs. Anything after that is just like, chill the fuck out. That's excessive.
I swear, VTubers and P jokes. Nia, what the heck? If you pee in that city, you pee in real life. We had a piss tuber hanging around here a second ago, and now we're seeing comments about that. Do you honestly that's a really good angle, because you say you love VTubing and all that stuff, but how have you been acclimated now to the people making all kinds of commentaries and jokes like that?
I don't care. I'm not above it. Like I like all types of humor. I don't know. I like immature humor. I like abstract humor. I like more intelligent humor. I kind of appreciate it all, and like there's a time and place for all of it. Like sometimes I don't like to put rules. Like sometimes I'll get like immature on stream, or I'll start making like stupid, terrible jokes. It just depends on my mood. But yeah, no, in the you just got to read the room, like the right time
Hmm.
and place. I don't mind some pee pee poo poo. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely fine. And I'm teasing you, Nia. Don't take it seriously. I'm only doing it out of love because I know you. And then Crunchy humor is great. It's just fun to laugh. It is. It is. Because
What I'm trying to say, Nia, is keep the piss jokes coming. We want more pee. More pee, people. Let's do it. There we go. Ivy's got jars of it.
Oh no! Wait, isn't that like
nothing like a good
yours?
nothing like a good piss jug. Yeah. Oh, I store all my urine in jars. Are you
Oh,
kidding
that's
me?
not that's Liberty. Yeah, but I'm like I thought I was thinking, wait, is that an email from your channel? Hey yo, how about you like untapping some hidden lore in here?
Ivy was ready. You were too. Yeah, Ivy, you were too quick with those jars of piss.
Betubing is like wearing a mask. It's often easier to open up to others when you're behind one. Honestly, yeah, I mean, because it brings like it brings the personality depending on the energy that you're wearing. Especially with me, this is why I
That's
chose
true.
my this kind of model and this kind of looks and feels to it. While I do have, like I said, I sometimes I can look very cozy and nice, and then sometimes I can just bring out the chaos with my toggles or depending on the energy that I'm providing. I've been a little like my energy has been a little medium. I've been working so hard today. It's just I'm exhausted, but I'm fine. I've been having such a blast that we went overtime, and I just want to shake. I just want to do a health checkup. How you doing? Are you holding all right?
I'm doing great. This was really fun. I really appreciate you having me on. And no, your vibe is great. Are you kidding me? That's the other thing too. I feel like there's so much pressure with VTubing to be like manic and fucking crazy all the fucking time. Like again, like time and place. Sometimes that's cool. Sometimes it's nice to be chill. I kind of like VTubers or people that have like a range, you know? Like I'm more likely to watch someone who's going
Mhm.
to be authentic, and if they're in a manic mood that day, I'll watch that and I'll enjoy their high energy, and if they're feeling more chill another day, then I'll watch that too, you know? Why not?
What if you're just naturally a lunatic? I can be naturally, but it just depends on the day and depends on how much energy I have used. I need to be like yesterday. Yesterday when I'm doing the Pokemon percent, I was just a hater. I was just like Grace.
Oh, you were
I
on
was just doing the
fire. That
worst.
was so good. I loved
Yeah.
it. I loved it. I loved your rant. Was like, I was like, yeah,
No, you gotta
yeah,
bring it out
Sane's
of me.
right.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, Pokemon got you all fired up. I loved it.
No, it got me fucked up. Not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I was very passionate about that.
Listen, it looks like a really great mobile game. Can't wait to play it on my iPhone 6.
No, no, I can't. I can't accept more of that nonsense. No more of those. I'm trying to quit gacha and all that stuff. I did play the Pokemon gacha. I still play one. It's the TCG stupid app that I play it daily. It's like
The new
it's
one, the
yeah, the
pocket
pocket
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm hooked on that stupid shit too. I know it's terrible. I
Every
hate
time
it.
that I
I
hear
know
that.
exactly what I'm getting into, but I can't resist. I'm just so I have such weak self-control with that shit.
No, I hear the what is it called? I think there wasn't it's a conditioning psychology behind it too because I hear the sound ding ding ding. I don't know. It's time to open booster packs. It's time
Oh
to open
god.
booster pack.
I know. We're so fucked.
Oh yeah, we are cooked. We are so screwed. Oh gosh, damn
Whatever,
it.
man. I'll take that 3-second hit of dopamine when I get my 3-star rare, you know.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh no, I saw someone in the community just posting flexing the one booster they opened had like 5 4-star rarity in it. And they what the heck? It's like this is a god pack that you open here all of a sudden.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I've seen that. Everyone like the Pokemon Pocket like Reddit subreddit is just all people posting their fucking god packs. You
yeah, the god
really
pack
makes you
appears.
feel like you're missing out. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I gotta. I'm searching that high. I'm searching that.
me
I'm
too.
searching.
Gotta. We're all chasing that god pack. You know,
I was chasing like, and once it
the
happens,
the god pack of life. Yeah,
yeah, no.
it's fleeting though, and then once it's gone, baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I made a joke about searching, reaching a certain high. Oh yeah, it's I forgot. Okay, I wonder if I can share this bit, but I was about to just segue into what do you want to search on, what do you want in a content creator? What kind of high uh do you want to achieve while being a fan of a content creator? It's because somebody mentioned like, hey, do you want to be appreciated by your and acknowledged by your Oshis or your favorite VTubers, or do you want them to absolutely like bash the shit out of you, but not like hate you, but like in a chaotic closeness kind of way? Like, oh,
Um,
like it's saying, oh yeah, yeah,
I'm way
fuck
too.
you. I wish you were dead,
No,
hot
I'm way
Grillo.
too sensitive. No, I can't. I suck at that kind of like humor. Like I'm way too sensitive for like the friendly bullying. I can't fucking deal with that. I take it personally, and it hurts. It hurts my little goblin feelings. I can't. I'm so thin-skinned. I can't fucking handle it. No, you know what? I want neither. I don't want to be like. I don't want to be. I don't want people to be like overly gushy, but I also don't want people to be like overly like mean-spirited. I just what I try to achieve with myself and what I look for in
Mm,
other people is just authenticity. That's all I want. I just want
mhm.
people that I can be real with and who are going to be real with me. And that's it. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to. I don't want to have to prove anything to anyone, and I will
mhm.
never make someone jump through hoops to prove anything to me either.
Yeah, no, understandable, very respectable. That's a boundary as well. There are layers of boundaries to something like that, but I feel like to share a little bit only. I feel like people have gotten uh to know me for that in this place. I feel like I've gotten so many people coming in here expecting that high. Not that they're bullying me, but like they're expecting me to like just make a shift to do something, like, because I've been known to have like just tangents where I just like scream to death, and I try to like I people are asking me if I am in like certain medications or going through something, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm just a passionate hater about this thing in
You're a
particular.
passionate person. No, I get that. I like that. But that's real though. And that's authentically you and I appreciate that. Like no, whatever that means, whatever I just don't like when people are like performative, you know what I mean? You can
Mhm.
always tell when someone's like laying it on thick or they're trying to like make you perceive them in a certain way. You can always kind of fucking tell.
Mhm.
Um I want to see someone for who they are, like good and bad. You know what I mean? And I'll like them for
For
that.
sure. Honestly,
But
my
like I
uh,
think we all assume that. I just assume everybody fucking hates me. Like,
oh, what? No
like
way. It's
yeah, I think we all do. Like, like
no way.
it's so funny you say that because like I've had streams and I've had guests on
Uh,
where I'm like I'm gonna alienate everybody. Like I'm gonna completely lose the audience with this guest because
mm,
only I could. I'll purposely bring on someone I know is gonna be like so fucking far off the rails.
mhm,
Like I had this guy on. He's called Longmont Potion Castle. He's like
mhm,
he's like for lack of a better term, he's like a troll. He's just like a prank phone calling troll guy,
mhm,
troll who's been around for decades, and he's been anonymous forever. And he's hilarious. I think he's so fucking funny. And I had him on, and he has like a really weird, abstract sense of humor. And I was like, oh man, no one's gonna like this but me. Um,
aw,
but like whenever I get worried about that, I'm like, you know what, like no, we got to make the content we would want to watch, and we got to do the things that we enjoy and appreciate it because I think that comes through, and I think that when you truly love something and you express that or you enjoy it, then other people can, will feel that and enjoy it with you.
Hmm. No, for sure. Oh my goodness, Saint is a very genuine person. Always a pleasure to talk and watch her. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I
much for
agree.
that.
I agree. I agree. God damn it.
Ah, you agree?
Well
No
said.
way.
Well said.
Oh goodness gracious. Oh well. Honestly, I'm just thankful to everybody who compliments me and understand when I go off the rails for stuff like that too. I hope that no one takes it seriously. I did have situations where certain fans were like, "Oh no, Saint hates me," and I was like, "No, no, no, don't worry. It's just a bit. It's just a bit." So I need to be careful
Okay,
as well with my words.
I'll try. I'll try to stay on your good side then. How are you feeling about me after this hangout? Are you gonna? I hope you don't go off on me.
Mm,
Uh oh. Uh oh. What did I do?
I'm pushing you off the window.
Hmm.
I need to see the goblin splatter from the 8th floor.
A nice. Oh yeah, that'll look great. Like big green splatter on Net City.
Sorry, I was just like, I did a possible bit in there too. Possible. I'll see what I can cook with that later.
That would be a great way to end stream. Literally, just throw me out the window.
Wait,
Goblin's dead. It's canon. It's canon, everybody.
there's a cat. Thank you for the redeem. Lol.
Oh. Oh no.
No, you
That
saw
poor
it.
cat.
A little delay, but you saw it now.
They'll be okay. They'll be okay.
Yeah. Honestly, but a genuine response would be like, I'm just genuinely grateful, and everything like that I feel like I knew about you was already right and then some, because I already knew that you were going to be an extremely well respected individual who show all this amazing work. And you know what they say about like meeting a creator and like seeing them, it could be a completely different vibe. It's a vibe check, and it's like, yo, you did more than that. Honestly, I'm just thankful you share all these stories today and going off the time and stuff. Yeah, Gob
Likewise, I'm
seems chills.
thankful. I'm thankful that you give a shit. I'm thankful that you care enough to like have a
Aw,
conversation with me. And likewise, I've learned a lot about you today too. And I don't know. I really enjoyed being here. Thank you.
I hope I made a good impression.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, look, if I wouldn't have come on unless I was excited to talk to you, and you made a good impression on me. Like when I saw you on Taka, like I've discovered so many cool people through his stream, and he's got a great, great taste in people, and he always has some really fun, interesting people on. So,
Aw, thank you for that, and also thank you for the follow. Just saw someone following me now, and okay, I do have to. Unfortunately, I do have to part ways. I do have to take care of my health, and you have to be cautious with that too. But I always appreciate everybody who stopped by, all the raiders, all the bits that were thrown around, and resubscribes. Thank you all so much, and of course, more importantly, thank you to our special guest of the night.
oh, thank you,
Oh,
thank you, Sane, thank you.
Anything else you want
Can
to
I give it? Let me.
Oh, right.
Just let me boop you one more time.
Fine, I'll boop. Let me go over there.
Right, get down here. Get down here. Ready?
Yeah.
Boop.
Boop. That's my booba.
Boop.
That's my booba.
Boop the booba. Whatever. This is what everybody came here for. A little booba boop. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
But no, I appreciate it so much. Here's another question. If you would like me to take care of like the raid, or if you have a raid that you can suggest, let me know. If you have any place?
I'll let you. No, I trust you. I'll let you look after it because I don't have my I don't have things open right now. I don't want to like bring things to a screeching halt.
Oh gosh.
While I search. Oh no.
Kirby,
Kirby, how could you? Kirby, what the hell? I thought, what about these, Kirby? What the fuck?
Ah.
Kirby, you two-timing little bitch.
Oh yeah, you missed out. Sorry. Hey yo. Yeah, the goblin likes giving what everybody wants. Oh, here we go. Oh, snap.
Kirby's a freak.
I was gonna rate to Taka, but Taka ended the stream. That's okay. Let's find a different place to go. Let's see. What do we have in here?
Yeah, thanks, chat. Thanks. Good to see everybody in chat. And yeah, thanks for coming out.
No, absolutely. No, thank you so much for everything. It means a lot to me that you take your time. I value time so much. We have talked about this. And just like your presence here has been really great. I've been very educated and a lot of stuff that you deliver in your content as well. You both stay safe. Thank you, everybody.
You too. I mean, there are literally like 50 million Goblin Vtubers, and you chose me. Thank you.
Aw. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. You know what? Let's go to, how about, since someone familiar in here, some of you may know about Quinn Cat. They're super chill person as well. Let's go right there because the energy today has been very chill and very nice. So let's just deliver the raid to Quinn.
Cool.
And with that said, here we go. Chat, you can create, you know the drill. At the end of our shows, we have raid messages, or you can create your own raid message as well, or you can use one of ours. Any of them are very appreciated if you use them to support our next destination. Green is a heckin' rat, absolutely.
That pie. Give me a slice of that pie. That looked good. That looked good, that pie. Holy shit. Throw one of those at me, guys.
Man, I'm in the mood for pie. I want pie right now. Apple pie.
Are you cake or pie? I'm a pie guy.
Pie? That's really put him in the spot, Gob. You put him in the spot. That's a really complicated question.
We're ending the stream with the most important question. No. Cake or pie? Answer now.
I will
answer
not
the goddamn question.
The raid is gonna go, and I'm not going to answer that question.
Cake or pie? Answer the damn question.
Neither. I can't. No, I will not answer. Cream pie? No, that's not the answer. Okay, it's cake or pie. No, I will not answer. This raid will go. The stream will stop right now, without me answering this. That's so not cool. That's so not cool. I'm dropping you off the window. Anyways,
I tried, guys.
Bye, everybody. Have a lovely day.
Bye.